All right, this webinar is about to start. My name is Alex Bertlin. I'm sending to you live from Sweden today. Today is a special webinar. We're sending this webinar is about to start. My name is Alex Bertlin. I'm sending to you live. Sorry about that. This webinar is a bit special because we're sending international. Today we have participants from Sweden, we got from Finland, Norway, Portugal, Denmark, Rwanda, Canada, and we also have a whole group from Pakistan. So Pakistan is the new star in One Life, and Pakistan is also the one country that is the first to get DSA approval in One Life. And this is a huge accomplishment, and it's for the good of the whole network. So I will not steal too much of your time today. I will jump straight into the One Life presentation. But first, I would like to talk about some contemplations that I have been having for the past couple of years. And if we look back 20, 25 years ago, let's say when I was a kid, we got our weekly allowance. We went proudly to the bank. We met the employee in the bank. They helped us. They took our money. They took a notice in the ledger. They put our money in the vault. And if you remember, back then we had something that was called interest. We could earn some money if we had them in the bank. Today, it's a different story, I think all over the globe. Same thing today. What are we doing today with the bank? Today, we have our bank in our cell phone. So if we look back 20 years, as I just told you, and we compare it today. Today, we pay to do the bank's work. We have the bank office in the phone, and we do the work. We still pay for doing the work, and the bank is earning money. That's kind of strange. It's a good business deal for the bank, though. Another thing about money and cash, for example. Have you tried parking in a big city? At least here in Europe or in Scandinavia, if you have cash or coins, you need to go somewhere else because most of the parking meters only accept cards today. Cash is removing. Same thing with one of Sweden's biggest hotel chains, Scandic Hotels. They stopped accepting money. So if you're going to live in their hotels, you cannot live there if you have cash. You must have credit cards, plastic cards, or some other form of digital payment. And if we look at mobile payments is big all over the world. Here in Sweden, we have Swish. In Norway, we have Vipps. And this is great, but it's also come with limitations. Same as the banks. If I'm going to send a mobile payment to my mother, for example, it doesn't only cost money, but it's a limitation. If I say you want to send more than 10,000, for example, then the bank wants to know, okay, why do you want to send more than 10,000? And then I can state why. If I want to send more than, let's say, 50,000, the bank wants to know, okay, why do you want to send this amount? And sometimes they ask me, where did you get this money from? Same as if you go to the bank today, you want to put in 20,000 Swedish crowns, it's about $2,000. Then they demand to know that you must give proof to the bank where this money is coming from. Did you sell your car? Okay, who was the buyer? What the name and the phone number of the buyer, so they can trace the money. So this is, we have seen, it's difficult for some people, let's say older people that save the money home. We have seen several examples here in Sweden where the elderly is going to the bank because they want to put in their savings, and they are denied. This was just recently before we had a switch of paper money. Old paper money became obsolete, and we printed new ones. And the old people needed to go into the bank and exchange the money or at least put them in the bank. But they were denied and told that, sorry, we must have proof where the money comes from. but you can go out and spend the money instead. That is the reply that these old people got. What are you going to spend 100,000 crowns on if you're 90 years old? So this is changing in society. It's we are leaving the industrial age. We're going into the information age. Everything is going digital, even our money, as you can see. I think that most of you have had one of these things happen to you, or at least that you feel that something is changing, at least when you think about it. And it's not only, as I used to say, it's not only us foot people that has these thoughts. To the left here, I know this is very small text, but I will tell you what it says. The guy to the left is a famous Swedish comedian. He has a column in one of the Swedish biggest newspapers. He's telling here that the biggest banks in Sweden earns 50 billions per year, 60 billions per year, 70 billions per year. And the owners of the banks are laughing at us. We do the job and they earn the money. So it's a kind of, he thinks it's a kind of a bizarre situation. The paper on the right side is really interesting. This is a proposal in political level in the EU. They are proposing that the banks receive more power than they already have today. Privately owned banks, they think, should have the opportunity, as they tell, to freeze your money up to 20 days if the bank themselves think that they are in a crisis. So imagine if you're a regular family and the bank suddenly thinks, okay, this is tough times, so yeah, I'm going to freeze, we freeze all the money. What are you going to do? Family, 20 days, no money. So the banks have created a need. We must use the banks in order to transfer money. And then they raise the bar, they raise the fees and so on and earn more money. Of course, this is not optimal for the users, you and me. So when we talk about technical evolution, we're going into money soon, but first I need to clarify another technical evolution. This is that we already been into. This is post office. In the beginning of hold on, I can see someone commenting here. Can you hear me now? Can you hear sound? Because someone is telling me there is no sound. So if there's sound, please say. Okay, thank you very much. So technical evolution has proven to us in another way, and the biggest one is if we go back to the early 90s, we write mails on paper with a pen. Go to the post office, we buy a stamp, the post office delivers the envelope in 1, 2, 3 days, and the receiver must go home in order to open the mail and read it. Then in the 90s, we got the big boom of internet. Everybody got email. So it rendered the post office completely obsolete regarding text, the postal office, not the fax, but the text, the mails. So now everyone can send instantly mail all over the world in no time at all, and it's free as long as you have internet connection. So with that said, if we look at today's banking system, this is how it looks like today with the banks that we have. If I want to send the money to my neighbor, just lives 10 meters from me, I still have to use the bank as an intermediary. Maybe I have the mobile application, but it's still connected to the bank. So that means that I send the money to the bank, or my money is in the bank, but the bank intermediates the money and send them to my neighbor, and they take a fee of this money. Same thing if I want to send to another country, then there are at least 2 banks involved, and both banks want a cut of the transaction. Therefore, it's more costly to send money to another country. But what if we do like we did with the email? What happens if we remove the bank, like the post office, altogether, and we use the internet in a secure and safe and fast way to make transfers directly to one each other? This means that today with blockchain technology, I can send my money directly to my neighbor without using a bank in between. This is it's a complicated system to explain. So if I'm going to explain this in an easy way, and I'm sure there are some blockchain specialists listening, so my explanation is not 100% correct, but it's only to make it easy to understand. So if I want to send my money to my neighbor, my digital money all have a serial number. And if I want to send like $100 worth of digital money to my neighbor, then my computer screams out to the whole network on the whole planet that Alex wants to send $100 to my neighbor. Let's say her name is Gunilla. These computers all have the same copy of the ledger. The bank only has one copy of the ledger, but here all users have the same copy of the ledger, and then it's updated in real time. So I'd shout out to the network, Alexis wants to send this money with this serial number to this user with this address. The network approves the transaction. The next day, if I try to send the same money with the same serial number, let's say to this guy, let's say his name is Tom, a shout out to the whole network, Alex wants to send Tom $100. The network look in their ledger automatically, and they see that I sent this money yesterday to Gunilla. So the transaction is denied. This means that this is a fully digital automated system. It's no employees that want salary. There are no buildings that needs to be paid in order to run this. There are no electricity bills because it's decentralized and it runs on people's computers. So it's extremely safe and fast. And also, of course, cheap if you compare to today's system. I have a small clip here that I want to try to play for you. I think the audio will be correct. It's only 2 minutes, so bear with me. It's a very important clip. This guy's name is Robert Kiyosaki. He's a world famous author, and he has predicted the 2 previous financial crises in the world. And he is I will let the clip speak for itself. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second.
Book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And one of the reasons I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad 20 years ago, in 1997, was I could see this economic crisis coming. If you're old enough to remember, 1997, the economy was booming.
Sorry. Here I got this circulation of the sound. I will put this link of this clip in the comments in the chat box instead. Sorry about that. But please do see it after the webinar. It's really important that you see this clip because you will recognize almost everything that it says. So I will continue. And now we come into the company part, the One Life network and the OneCoin cryptocurrency. This is Ruja Ignatova. She's the founder and visionary of the OneCoin company. She has a solid background in finance. Her previous expertise is with big banks to help them from their knees get up in a tight situation to get on their feet. So she has made a lot of solid jobs for Russian bigger banks. She has done some work previously for other cryptocurrencies, and it was during this phase that she saw a big hole in the cryptocurrency market. And remember, this is 3-4 years ago. The market was extremely new back then. She saw, oh, and this was all the cryptocurrencies are anonymous. So she wanted to create a cryptocurrency with KYC, Know Your Customer protocol. That means that you cannot use this currency anonymously. She saw that in order to build a cryptocurrency into a global financial system, there is room for, but there is not possible to have anonymous transactions all over. How is taxes going to work? How is healthcare going to work? Who is going to make sure the country is running? Where is the money coming from, and so on? And she wanted it to be safe from illegal use as well. So KYC, as far as I know, OneCoin is still the only cryptocurrency that has KYC implemented into the blockchain. And she also wanted this currency to be available for everybody, regardless of technical skills. Some of you know what it takes to mine cryptocurrency. You need absolutely technical skills in order to do it. You need extremely expensive hardware in order to do it. It's costly to do it. Yes, you can earn money by mining, but it's the difficulty. It's not for the mass market. So instead of doing this, she built this system and she based it on education, strong financial education. So we educate every member in the network about cryptocurrency, but also about other aspects of financial or economic. So that is why we sell educational packages. The mining pool that the members can join is a strictly separate system. I will go into this later, but this is the vision of the company. And here is a good example about what she was talking about and what her thoughts was from the beginning. This is a transaction. It's made on the Bitcoin blockchain. It was made around 1 month ago. And here we can see one anonymous person sending 40,000 Bitcoin to another anonymous person. So the value in this transaction at the time was 150 million euro between two 100% anonymous person or parties. So my question to you right now is, do you believe that governments and authorities will approve of this in the long run? Do you think that governments and authorities will approve of sending $1 anonymously without paying taxes? I don't think so. And this is why I strongly believe in this concept. KYC will make this transparent, more transparent than, for example, Bitcoin blockchain, because we have the user glued into the blockchain. If this would be a OneCoin transaction, you can see, not my name, but preferably if I had 40,000 Bitcoin, but we can see the sender and the receiver with the names and full KYC on the transaction. So with this in mind, she built OneCoin with a strong strategy in the beginning with modern technology. Some of you that know somewhat about the cryptocurrency market and the technical capabilities of, for example, Bitcoin, know that it is old technology. It's very slow and sluggish. Sometimes it gets long use in the system because the code is obsolete and it's very hard to upgrade. It's a decentralized system. It means that it takes years for people to make consensus and upgrade the system. This is the advantage of a centralized system, that you can upgrade whenever the technology gets obsolete. So the blockchain in OneCoin is extremely fast, and we must have this for the strategies to work, because we want to be in the mass market, in the shops, in the merchants. And we cannot, for example, if you have a cafe or a restaurant, it's not really convenient to have a blockchain that runs every 10 minutes, so that you have to wait 10 minutes in order to buy a coffee. Imagine the queue behind you. Okay, this guy is paying with this currency. It takes 10 minutes. Please wait. So we need a faster one, and OneCoin is running on every minute. So this is possible to build into the merchant system. Focus on usability is a really must also, because if it's hard to use, people will go away. If it's easy to use, people will come to the system. And this we see now, the past 6 months with the deal shaker. I will show you the merchant platform later in. Also, very safe. I told you this already with the KYC. If you lose your password, you can order a new one from the company. If you lose your phone in the sea, you can log in from another phone and so on. If you are in another country and you get your phone stolen, then you can log in from another phone or computer to still use your money. So it's safe in that regard. I'd like to compare this journey. It's almost 3 years with a couple of other companies. One of the companies that I'm going to talk about is Facebook. They had a turnover of 1 billion euro in their first 6 years. Amazing company, one of the biggest in the world. Same with Apple. They started in their mother's garage. Today, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. They had a 1 billion revenue in the first year. We have Google, same caliber. They did it a bit faster in 5 years. We have Amazon. It's like a sales platform done much like eBay or our platform Dealshaker. They did the same thing in 4 years. Same value, OneCoin did in 11 months. 1 billion euro turnover in 11 months. 2 months later, turnover was 2 billion euro. So it took me a while to understand the speed of this company that it has been moving. It's huge. It's a whale in this short time. This, I think, is fantastic. So a short recap. Today we are around 3.2 million members, paying members. We have, I think it's 12 million user accounts that is not activated. We have mined approximately 18% of all total supply of coins. There is 120 billion coins in the system. 18% of this is mined. We exist in 194 countries. And if we compare us to the open market, I'm not sure if we are number one in market cap, but around the top 3, I think, in market cap today. We will see this later on when we go public next year in October. This picture is a general spread of the members in the world. This picture is also old. It's 4 months old, so the numbers should be up a bit. As you can see, we have most members in Asia, in China, 1.3 million members. The first meeting was in Finland I think it was in September 2014. There were 25 people in one room. And from these 25 people, all this has grown. Because of the concept, because of the general interest in cryptocurrency, but strongly because of Russia Ignatova's strong vision and the secure KYC policy to be integrated in society. This has attracted huge interest from people. But this is only the beginning. Of course, we have massive work to do in the future. We're looking to become number one cryptocurrency when we go public, so we have a lot of job to do. This is in relation to the spread of the cryptocurrency. Then you can see the internal value on the coin from January 2015 when we started. The evaluation started at 0.5 euro. Today, the evaluation in the network is 15.95 euro. And I want to point out that this is the value in the network. Today, we have 3.2 million members that accept this evaluation, 15.95 euro, but we also have more than 40,000 merchants in the network that also accept this evaluation. So today you can buy products and services on Dealshaker with OneCoins for this evaluation. not outside the network. Really important. I know that some people are marketing this concept really wrong, but this is the case inside network until we go public. Now I'm going to show you the Deal Shaker platform. This is the merchant platform that is free for every merchant in the world to connect into. If you have products or services and you want to display yourself for 3.2 million strong buyers, then you go into Deal Shaker. You put up a deal and you only pay a small fee if you get a sale. Compare it if you have, let's say if you buy Google ads or Facebook ads or old school, you go in a newspaper, you buy an ad. You pay first, then you hope to get customers. On Deal Shaker, you only pay if you make a sale. We will have webinars completely directed on Deal Shaker only, so I will not go into detail on this right now. But I will show you some examples what you can do on Deal Shaker. For instance, you can buy, this is only, ordinary products like you and me buy every day. Pizza, you can pay this with 100% OneCoin. Coffee, 100% OneCoin. You can rent a car in Montenegro, 100% OneCoin. A friend of mine has already tried this deal. It works great. You can rent a small cabin in the middle of Sweden if you want to do that, 100% OneCoin. You can buy Swedish massage, and here you can see the merchant has mixed the payment. A little bit with euro, a little bit with OneCoin. The minimum is 50% in OneCoin. So imagine if, I'm going to just explain a little bit what this is good for. If you have, let's say, for example, if you have this restaurant with the pizzeria selling pizza, and traditionally, that on Tuesdays between 4 and 9 in the afternoon, you have always had almost no customers. Then you can create a deal that is only valid on Tuesdays between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. You have staff there that you pay anyways, but you have no customers on Tuesdays. Put out a deal that is only working when you have no customers. Get the people into the restaurant so that your staff can earn their wage. Super good opportunity for merchants. So this brings us into the One Academy. This is the educational packages that we IMAs are selling. These are educations that you do in a mobile app or on your computer at home. You can see on top of the education what it is, what's in the education. In the starter package for 110 euro, you have the introduction to finance. And it's going all the way up to the more advanced models, up to behavioral finance 2, in this one for 27,500 euro. And with this educational package, you get access to the mining pool. You get a number of free tokens in these packages. You can, when you buy the package, you will decide, do you want the tokens or not? You can buy the education and only do the education and get smarter, but you can also choose to get the tokens and join the mining pool. So a fast explanation about how the mining works. I'm obviously not going to go into the educational packages and learn them to you. You buy them and do them yourself, but I will show you how the mining pool works. Sorry. You have this yellow line, the green one is of course the price of the package. And you have the yellow one, this is the amount of tokens that you get in the package. Then you have the orange line. These are, you can see the top line, it's 1 split, and the bottom line is 2 splits and 3 splits. The tokens is what determines how much mining power you get, how many coins you get in the system. So today we have a difficulty level of 100 and I think it's 160. And this means that it costs in the system 160 of these tokens to produce one OneCoin. So if you go with the bigger packages, you get more coins. But the splits, you see, the smallest package comes with one split, and the splits happen for all the members simultaneously all across the globe. So now the split is coming up. I think it's maybe a week until the next split is coming. If you have a split, then your tokens will double. So this 1,000 will turn into 2,000, and you have no more splits. If you have several splits, then you wait for your first split and your tokens double. But then you have another split, and then you wait for the next one. It happens around each and every 6-7 weeks, depending on how many is mining the coins. So that then you can understand that the bigger packages has greater leverage in the mining pool, because this doubles 2 times. You can also combine different packages to get more splits. Talk to the person who invited you about these splits and how to maximize your amount of coins. This is individual, of course. This is I can show you an example here. If you buy a starter package, you have one split, get 1,000 tokens to begin with, and you get your split 2,000. And what you do once your split is finished, then you have no more splits. Then you send a signal to OneCoin, and OneCoin start the mining process, and you will get the coins very shortly. It takes only 1 day. So this is what the Russia mean with no technical competence needed. The company is taking care of all the mining. You only have to know how to click with your button in the back office one time. If you buy Tycoon Plus, this one has 2 splits. You start with 81,000. Do your first split, it doubles. Then you wait 6-7 more weeks, and it doubles. And then you have 327,000 tokens. And this, I can also show the combination. If you buy starter plus the Tycoon Plus, like this, at the same time, then you will receive 3 splits on each package. So it's better to buy them at the same time than at 2 separate moments. But as I told you, talk to your sponsor or friend who invited you to this webinar. Yeah, I will cancel this one. So there are 2 ways to join OneLife. The first one is passive. You buy one education. You mine your coins if you want to. You enjoy the growth of the coins. You can spend your coins directly on DealShaker platform once all the splits and mining are complete. Or you can just save them for further growth. If the network is growing, the value is growing. You can become active member, and this means that if you think this is a good thing, then maybe you talk to your friends or family or co-workers or something. If they in turn buy one of the educational packages, then you have made a sale. Then you will get a bonus. Just like I like to compare it if you sell insurance. If I'm an employee, I sell insurance, I get maybe 10% bonus if I sell insurance. I can work hard and become a team leader, and then I maybe get 1 yearly bonus because I manage the team and make sure they do good sales. Same thing in OneLife. You can be a team leader there also. You can also build other team leaders, and then we go into leadership and so on. It's a long story. If you think making bonus in OneLife sounds like a good idea, talk to the one who invited you. We have education platforms for all of this, so that we can teach you and guide you, and we can help us spread this important mission from OneLife. The reason there are many Pakistani people on this webinar is that we are starting strong in Pakistan right now. We have a lot of people in Karachi because of the DSA approval. It's going really good in Pakistan right now, and we want to help as many people as possible to build strong there, but also in every parts of the world, of course. So with that said, yeah, I'm not going into the network. I just told you a little bit about the network. So this is really the end of the webinar. If you have questions, talk to people that are already involved in One Life. If you are, I can share something here with you. You can go in Facebook, you have something that's called centralized crypto webinars. I am sending these presentations live on Facebook. And we have a function on there. You can send a message to the admin of this web page, and then you will get automatic replies how to go forth and so on. But this is only for people that don't have a sponsor. If you already are in a team, then you should talk to your sponsor and your team, of course. But new people, send a message to this web page or comment in the comment section under the webinar, and we will help you get started and answer all your questions. So that's all from Sweden today. We will do a lot more of these webinars in the future. We will do them in English and in Swedish. We will also hopefully connect with other people from other countries to do these webinars in other languages on this platform, centralized crypto webinars. So if you're interested in this, talk to me on Facebook, Alex Bertlin, or make a comment under the webinar section on One Life. I'm just gonna check shortly if I have some questions because I haven't had time to read them all. Okay. Sorry about the music. I am in a place where I'm not the master of the music. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, the link to Robert Kiyosaki's video. I will post it now in the in here. Yes. Hold on. I will also post a link in the centralized crypto webinars Facebook. Johanna Wallin asks me, who are you and your relation to Russia? I am Alex Bertlin. I have no relation to Russia. I am one IMA, independent marketing agent. I'm just interested in the concept. You can send, I will type in my email here. One Life Tickets. There you have my contact email also. I will end this webinar now. Thank you from Sweden to all the countries that participated. Really great. I think it's fantastic. Have a great day and evening, everybody. Bye-bye.